Aerial view, see 1958. Cool. Oh, that's cool. Old fire truck. 1955 Willys Jeep. Civil defense vehicle. Government Civil Defense Program. 1955 Willys. Had a water pump powered by an auxiliary gasoline engine, hoses, and ladders. The Jeep towed a small trailer with a 250-gallon water tank. Isn't that cool? Siren on the front. Very cool. Well, fire trucks have a lot more buttons now, don't they? Let's go back here. Oh, there's the engine that was on it. That was the... Cool. They must run it in the parade. The flag there. It's actually a parade coming up the end of the month. Here's the replica of Valdez. Looked like. Oh, it's cool. Look at that. It's changed a lot. Look at the little cars. Cute. McKinley Street. A little bus. A Volkswagen bus. A car with a camper. Valdez. Broadway. Shipyard. That. Cool. Not very many boats in the harbor. Cute little boat. I've seen that in my videos. Pretty. Got the index to the buildings, even who owned them and stuff. It's cool. The old Valdez. Old safe. Thompson Pass. This is a MV Thompson Pass Bell, 1980. Tanker vessel Thompson Pass earned its claim to fame as the 2000th vessel to load with crude oil at the Valdez Marine Terminal at midnight on January 2nd, 1989, 3 months before the Exxon Valdez oil spill. Oil was observed leaking into the boom around the tanker as it had completed loading crude at the terminal. As estimated, 500 of its potential 1.1 million barrels of crude oil was lost. As a result of incidents like this and the Exxon Glacier spill, the Coast Guard and the state of Alaska now require more stringent inspections of tankers vulnerable to structural failure. That's cool. Vicki Smith, teacher, students in Sunday school. Her home is located on the Old Town model. Oh, that's cool. Pictures of the people. Chamber of Commerce. That's cute. Chris the Swiss Doll, 1960. Only 3 are known to exist out of the original 100 that were made by the women of the Episcopal Church in 1950 or 1960 for a fundraiser. It looks like Pinocchio. He's cute. I'm gonna turn it this way and get a picture. Sorry, y'all. Boy Scouts of America. Valdez telephone book. Look at that. It's a telephone directory for 1963. Hotel keys. Cool. There's a picture of him too. Valdez. Desk and chair, 1900. Wow. Some more of the display. Nice truck. Nice car. It's like a 57 Chevy.
In Alaska as Black Friday and even immortalized in song. It was March 27th, 1964.
The earthquake. Can you hear that?
Buildings started falling, ground began to break. The world had changed, knocked off the last and then the ground started to crack behind me, and I thought, good grief. It's 5:36 p.m. right around dinner time. Lavonna Bukers and her brothers and sisters are playing outdoors. At that age of 13, my thought of an earthquake was, oh my gosh, the ground is going to open up and swallow me. In Seward and Anchorage, the ground literally opens up. The Denali Theater falls 30 feet, while in Kodiak, it's
like waves rolling down the road, the trees and the power lines were just whipping back and forth.
It shakes for nearly 5 minutes. 85 miles from the epicenter, the earthquake triggers underwater landslides in Seward, which in turn generate deadly local tsunami waves, inundating the town in mere minutes. Seward is devastated. houses, boats, and even train locomotives are swept hundreds of yards inland. Just 53 miles from the source, the town of Valdez is washed out by local tsunami waves as well. This simulation shows how Valdez Harbor first went dry. As the seafloor drops, then surges upward 50 feet, a wave starts racing to shore. Here's actual footage of the wave as it surged in. Of the 28 people on the docks, no one survives. Meanwhile, the main tsunami waves generated at the epicenter are roaring from the Gulf of Alaska toward Kodiak Island from the Aleutian Trench. The earth is permanently lifted by 30 feet in some spots. No local tsunamis were created, buying time for residents to evacuate up Pillar Mountain. About an hour later, the first tsunami wave floods the downtown area. During the 1964 tsunami, the water rose to the height of this yellow line, dragging houses, cars, boats, trees, and all kinds of debris with it. Across Alaska, the death toll is 106 people. Survivors learn an important lesson that day.
The lessons are learned so that they go to Iceland.
Extra Anchorage Daily Times, 64-20 vote makes Alaska the 49th state. Cool. Vermont generator, 1930s. Chemical fire engine. Fire truck was assembled in Valdez in 1921. A pair of chemical cylinders was removed from two hand-drawn carts and mounted on a new Ford Model T chassis. This provided a town with its first self-propelled, self-contained firefighting apparatus. Unlike the city's 1907 Ahern's fire engine, which used steam to drive a pump, and the hand pumper, which was a muscle-powered pump, the chemical fire engine needed no pump. The chemical reaction of sulfuric acid with bicarbonate of soda produced carbon dioxide gas in the tanks. This produced 200 pounds of pressure per square inch and propelled the water out of the tanks when the valves were open. Although this chemical fire engine was only able to put water on the fire for a limited amount of time, it had several advantages over the city's other firefighting equipment. It did not have to be hitched to a team of horses, wait to develop a head of steam, or require a large crew before becoming operational. Provided a quick first response that arrived at the scene ready to battle the blaze. Oh, there's the firefighters. Restoration of this vehicle was accomplished by the Industrial Arts class of Valdez High School during the years 1979 to 82, under the guidance of instructor Mike Buck. Parts and additional support were provided by the Valdez Museum and Chief Tom McAllister of the Valdez Fire Department. The following students participated in the restoration. Cool. That's the horse and buggy one. Crew. Cool. Okay, so let's see if the movie has started.
Place far to the north. For years, prospectors up there have been scouring the Klondike in Canada's Yukon Territory, feverishly looking for a glimmer of hope. Or if they found it, perhaps America's long years of economic depression and hardship would finally end. In Seattle, thousands of people swarmed onto the docks,
Wow.
looking for news that could change the face of history. "Show us the gold," they shouted. "Show us the gold." As $700,000 worth of the precious metal was hoisted off, they knew it was true.
Wow.
There was gold in the Klondike, and the news spread like wildfire. An extra edition of the Seattle Post-Intelligencer was published that very day, unleashing an enormous stampede of treasure seekers unlike anything the world had ever seen. Almost overnight, outfitting stores appeared as thousands of hopefuls frantically began gathering supplies for the trail into the frozen north to fill their pokes with dreams.
Seattle is all agog with this gold fever, and the streets are crowded
Agog.
with knots of men so worked up over the news that they can scarcely avoid being run over by the cars and carriages. Eugene 7, 1897.
Wow.
The race was on. Steamships and sailing vessels of all shapes and sizes were immediately hired to carry the multitudes north to Skagway and Dyea in Alaska.
There were lots and lots of people going to the Klondike, and in fact, by 1898, there weren't any claims left along any stream banks. So they began to think, where else could they go? Why, just across the border from the Klondike in Canada was Alaska.
Prospectors were getting pretty excited over rumors of finding nuggets there in the Copper River country the size of birds' eggs. Steamship companies, seeing their golden opportunity, began promoting what was being called the All-American Route. It would take prospectors from the little-known port of Valdez over a massive glacier into Alaska's interior and on to the Klondike itself.
Wow.
Would-be miners standing at the Seattle docks were again filled with hope. Promises of a new trail, a new town at its head ready to serve the prospectors, and the riches beyond. It seemed too good to be true. Rich in Alaska's interior, prospectors would face serious obstacles, starting with the vast, unforgiving Valdez Glacier. Supplies had to be broken down into smaller loads and hand-drawn by sled 5 miles to the foot of the glacier. Then, the 20-mile-long trip to the top of this river of ice began. Prospectors and animals alike encountered wind, rain, snow, and avalanches. It would take each man as many as 20 back-breaking trips and a whole month to haul nearly a ton of supplies up to the summit, 4,400 feet above.
Wow.
Many would not survive the ordeal. From the summit, the trail north led down the Clutina Glacier to Clutina Lake. Here, lumber was whipsawed from spruce trees, fashioned into crude boats, loaded with gear, headed to the opposite end of the lake. Then the excitement really began. A hair-raising journey down a 25-mile stretch of the treacherous Clutina River. Lives were lost in the rapids, and many, not willing to take the risk, turned back. Yet other gold seekers, call them stubborn, were determined to go on. At the confluence of the Clutina and Copper Rivers, the community of Copper Center sprang up as more prospectors arrived to scour the surrounding country.
with groundwater that are unconsolidated, they can turn to liquid and fail, and that's what happened during the earthquake.
The Earth's violent shaking caused 98 million cubic yards of these unstable sediments to literally break off, generating local tsunami waves up to 30 feet high. The slide devastated the docks, killing 32 people, the highest number of fatalities of any community in Alaska. The Chena heeled over and dropped into the small boat harbor and momentarily went aground before freeing herself on another wave.
Another fire engine. Pretty.
Thank you. Yep, no problem. Have a good day. All right.
This was the held house. It's pretty. My granny used to get up those doll heads like that. Old vacuum cleaner. Telephone. Pretty rockers.
Are these model pieces out here?
They built this after the destruction. I'm not sure exactly when they built this, but
Really nice.
these books show where stuff is, but I don't know how to navigate it.
You just work here, right?
I just work here. I've only been here for a few weeks.
So this ticket I got today will be good for tomorrow over the other one? Okay, good.
Yep.
That's good. Old washing machine. Well, y'all, that was really interesting. Welcome to Valdez Museum. They're closed today. Oh, that's a different time. Oh, that's when they have the private boat tours. There you go. That's what it was. It's very cool. The movie was really neat. I don't want to walk off of there. Yeah, the movie was really good. It was about the earthquake and stuff. I recorded a couple of clips from it, but it was super good. I don't know if you can maybe find the whole thing on YouTube or not. I'll look for it. If I find it, I'll put the link on the video and y'all can watch the whole thing. It was very interesting. Very cool. It was good footage of the earthquake in 1964, and they talked to some local people still live here and stuff. We're gonna still try to do that walking trail right there before we leave. The Ruth Pond. Pretty Gold Rush days are coming up pretty soon. That's gonna be pretty cool. Parade route. Parade route. Door. Live music. Beer garden. Wine walk. Trivia night. That'll be pretty cool. Got pretty flowers. That man, he's pointing over there to the museum. He says, go to the museum. Well, who is that? That is Captain and Sea Goddess. Oh, I guess he's pointing over there to the Sea Goddess over here. I don't know. She's looking at him kind of weird, ain't she? He's not even looking at her, really. He's looking at the... Well, I guess he is looking at her. Oh, she's right there. Captain and the Sea Goddess. The doggy. Good thing Lily's off, not off out here. It's off leash. Alright, y'all. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video, museum video. Got the other museum to go to later. Got a ticket for that. I can do it tomorrow. So thanks for watching. God bless y'all. I love you. And I will talk to you on the next video.